Hey guys, how's it going? Kriparian here. Today I want to give you guys a sponsored Shadowverse card reveal video. Now, this is more for the hardcore Shadowverse players. If you're, kind of an introductory player, there's a lot of videos for you guys to check out. I've got, 24 of them on my channel, so get hyped because the upcoming expansion, Dawnbreak Nightedge, is on the way, and I'm here to give you guys a few cards from that expansion to have a quick look at. So what did they send me? They sent me a Dragoncraft card, Heroic Dragon Slayer. So it's a 2-cost 3/1, so a very aggressively statted card, and when you play it, it transforms a Dragoncraft card in your hand into a Dragon's Handspur. So you get to get your Dragoncraft cards transformed. Some of the Dragoncraft cards are quite situational, so possibly you can use one of those to have a more consistent effect. And the Dragon's Handspur is a spell that does 3 damage to an enemy unit, and you draw a card if Overflow is active for you, so if you have 7 or more play points. So a pretty nice direct damage cycle effect. A 2-cost 3/1 follower is definitely quite strong, and you can save the generated card for later in the game when Overflow is active to get a powerful effect. So overall, it's a high power level card, and it should see some play, I imagine, especially in the Take 2 arena mode. We got a Bloodcraft follower as well, another 2-cost. This time it's a 2/2, and when you play him, the fanfare ability is deal 1 damage to both leaders and 2 damage to a random enemy follower if Vengeance is active for you. So if you're playing the more aggressive style of Bloodcraft decks, and typically most of them have been that in the past, you basically get to hit your opponent down. It's like doing face damage, and you lower your own hit points as well, which actually has synergy. You allow yourself to enable the Vengeance mechanic a little bit earlier. Now, it can just be a whatever 2-cost card. Otherwise, it gets a lot of utility, dealing damage directly to your opponent and board control in the late game. Another very flexible, fairly high power level card that will probably see some play among the different play modes in Shadowverse. The third and last card they sent me to reveal to you guys is one of the new legendaries. It is the new Forestcraft legendary, the White Vanara. It's a 6-cost 5/5, so overall pretty low on the stats for the cost. It has ward, and if this follower's attack or defense is increased by a spell during your turn, evolve this follower. So the idea is that you're playing this and you have some kind of buff. Typically, you'd want to play an aggressive buff on a card like this because the evolved state, in addition to the typical evolution giving the rush effect, you also gain the storm effect. So you get a pretty powerful stormer. A 6-cost 5/5 storm is actually very strong, and there are some comparable cards out there in the different classes, but it's still on the high end, and if you can match this up with a few powerful buff effects, you can have yourself a new OTK win condition perhaps, but you guys will have to do the work, the research to figure out how all these cards can work together and in the decks in the upcoming expansion. And yeah, keep it up. There's a pretty sweet Reddit thread that's tracking all the cards being revealed if you guys want to check that out and delve into the Shadowverse community. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Get hyped, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.